touch on the bump for 80.
Welcome to Special Stage. I'm delighted that you can join us for the first round of the 2016 Ravenel BTRDA Rally Championship. And as usual, the Cambrian Rally has attracted a very strong entry. Not like usual though, it is the first round of the season this year. Traditionally, of course, it rounds things off in October, but it's a bit colder in February than we're used to at the back end of the year. But that's fine, because you know what? We've got one heck of an entry lined up. A very expensive car park here on the promenade in Llandudno today. Everyone wanting that win. Of course, it's a great way to start the BTRDA season, and with names like Osberg, Mikkelsen and Hervenen topping the leaderboard at the Cambrian over the last few years. They all want this win. Let's see how they go. We've got former champions, no doubt. We've got future champions in there, but who will be champion this time next year? We'll see. Luke, your local rally twice in a row.
I know, yeah, it's a bit of a rarity this year around, with us finishing on the event and then starting this year with it, so yeah, looking forward to it. Strong finish to the season last year for you. Yeah, well, last year was last year. We'll take this year as it comes, with it being the first round of the event, the championship. We'll go for points and be sensible.
Charlie, you're revved up for this?
Yeah, we're all ready for it, I think. Yep, ready to go.
Well, Connor, you're back in the BTRDA, and that's a little bit different.
It's certainly different now. It's a 1600 Mini Cooper. It's a good little car now. It feels good so far.
So what are the thoughts with this? Why the Mini? Because it's such an unusual choice these days.
Yeah, well, we've had Subarus now since 2008 really, and it's just something a bit different. And I suppose the new era of WRCs in the 1600 class, so we thought we'd try it and see what it's like.
3 stages in this morning loop and around 15 miles in those North Wales forests. On to the first of those then, and it will be the early lead for Charlie Payne and Carl Williamson, starting with a 10-second advantage on the opener, but at least one trip into a ditch would reduce that lead a little as they get to service. For local pairing Luke Francis and John Roberts, this event was always one of their best, so good to start with it then. They end the morning with 2nd place, ready to take the fight to Payne in the second half of the day, and be there to take advantage if he makes any more mistakes. Rhys Yates and Tom Woodburn return in the R5 that they finished the season off with here last year. A few more miles under their belts now, and things were going well with 3rd place. It will be a highly anticipated return to the BTRDA after some time away for Conor McCloskey, making his impact on this championship, of course, last time he was here, with the help of Damien Duffin on the notes this year, and of course in a new car. It had been 2nd place on the opening stage, but that changed to 4th as the morning went on. Russ Thompson and Andy Murphy returned with plenty of work done to the car over the winter and leading the way in the Group N fight, also lying in 5th place on our overall leaderboard. Wayne Sisson and Peter Foy have a good start, but sadly they would drop a couple of places in Stage 3 due to an issue with the pace notes. But for now, it was still 6th place overall, 2nd in the B13 class. Not the best of starts for Steve Perez and Paul Spooner. 7th place wasn't where they wanted to be, but at least they were still in that fight. The previous champions would have some work to do in the second half of the day.
So right 4, don't cut, 40. Left 7, don't cut. A turn open, hairpin right long. 100. Left 4, don't cut, 40.
Spins, stalls and punctures will be the theme for Stephen Petch and Michael Wilkinson. The first round not going to plan for the pair as they end the morning just clinging to the top 10 with 8th place for now. A new Evolution kit on the Fiesta for Steve Simpson and Andrew Ruffhead was working well. The pair having a good run to lie in 9th place now and enjoying these technical North Wales stages. Sadly and frustratingly so early on, we lose Aaron McClure and Alex Kirani. They've been lying in 9th place overall after a good start, but that would come to an end on Stage 3 when they get caught out with a cut that wasn't meant to be. And rounding out our top 10 at this point was Simon Rogers and Wyn Davies, climbing their way up the results a little stage by stage. They will be looking to continue that, of course, into the afternoon. And for Roland Llewellyn and Ian Lawrence, it will be a new car this season. And for now, it will be taking some getting used to as they lie in 13th overall, 2nd in the NR4 class.
Charlie, fantastic start for you out there.
Yeah, we've had a good clean run. I've only been in one ditch so far, so pretty happy. Yeah.
Everyone seems to be sort of throwing it around and getting on the loose and into the banks and things.
Yeah, very, very slippery. The first 1 and 2, and that last stage was just get through it. You can lose more in that last stage than them all because it was rough and very slippery. So,
Luke, you're in the fight, which is exactly where you need to be.
Yeah, well, we've had a bit of a tough time on stage 2, so we've just corrected that now, and I think we should be not far for leading, to be honest, because they've given us a time which was about 34 seconds out of what we've actually done. So, yeah, we're pushing on hard.
Making the most of that home advantage.
Yeah, it's been a tricky event so far. It's been very slippy, and we've had an issue with the steer, and a bolt came loose, and we've been off and what have you. So, yeah, it's been good.
In the Silver Star, it will be the lead for John Rowlands and Glenn Latham. Some good results and local stages would mean that they were one of the favourites here, and they were not disappointing those spectators lining the stages. And for Ian Rowlands and Emir Hall, it will be 2nd place after 3 stages down. Sadly, the pair would pull over after this stage, though, with gearbox problems. They'd go no further. So for Gavin Edwards and Karen Tomlinson, it will be 3rd place for now. But with Rowlands not making it back to service, it would end up as 2nd as they go into the 2nd half of the day. Escort pairing Phil Burton and Mal Capstick join us here at round 1 of the BTRDA. Going well to start the day, but a small excursion into a ditch in stage 2 would lose the pair some time, dropping them to 4th place now. Theo Bangry and Les Forsbrook, meanwhile, ease themselves into the event with 5th place at this stage, not wanting to make a mistake or cause any damage early on, especially as the stages start to cut up. Things were close as we look through the rest of the top 10, with Ashley Davies and Sam Fordham just a couple of seconds behind Bangry, the pair lying 3rd in the B12 class. And it will be a further 3 seconds back to Simon Tuckman and Sean Hughes, 7th place overall and 3rd in the B11 class at this stage. Mark and Ed Bentley, meanwhile, will be the 2nd of the historic crews now in 8th, 13 seconds off Bangry for the historic lead. Jody Bocott and David Millard make a return to the stages in that Escort, but things were not going quite to plan, lying in 9th at the wrong end of the top 10 than they would have hoped to have been. And rounding out the top 10 in the Silver Star were Gareth Edwards and Dylan Andrew. A broken wheel stud after the opening stage would cause them to back off a little, but things were still going well for now. Just looking at a couple of the classes outside of the top 10, it will be the N3 class lead for Owen Rowlands and Tom Jordan, leading the way in this new Fiesta ST challenge. And it's a good start for David Dobson and Steve Pugh, leading the way in the H2 class, but sadly the first stage after service would see the pair lose a wheel, retiring from the rally. Barry Jordan and James Grattan-Smith start this season as they'd left the last, leading the way in the H1 class in that Avenger, 15th place on our overall leaderboard. This time though, they'd have some competition from Robin Shuttleworth and Ronnie Ruffhead, 2nd in the H1 class, just 10 seconds behind Jordan. Steve Ward and Mike Crawford will be a further 5 seconds back overall from Shuttleworth, leading the way in their own H2 class battle. And Sam Billum and Richard Crozier swapped cars, swapping to left-hand drive for this season in the Fiesta ST Trophy, ending this morning with 2nd in the class. For Philip Clark and Stanley Graham, it will be the lead in the B10 class for now in that Mark 1 Escort. And they will be 10 seconds ahead of Bob Vardy and Sarah Keane, 2nd in the class behind Clark and just behind overall in 21st. And just 2 seconds behind them overall with Dave Forrest and Charlie Carter, 22nd on our leaderboard, 2nd place in the H2 class.
We won't mention position. I know some of you don't like knowing that at this stage, but it's going well.
Yeah, it's going well now. Pushed hard on them 3 in the morning now, so in the afternoon now, a couple of tyres on now. But yeah, my brother's just gone out now with a gearbox problem in Pimachno. I saw him on the end of the stage, so I'm on my own now. So big push in the afternoon now.
We like big pushes. Good luck.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on the times just as I go out to service, but we'll see how it goes.
Cheers.
With our reigning 1400 champions not here this weekend, it will be up to Dave Brick and Phil Clark to lead the way, missing out on the championship last year at the final round, funnily enough here in Llandudno, they will be keen to make a good start here at round 1. Jordan and Paul Hone return with a new car for the 2016 season. Things were going well too, second place for now, but just over 30 seconds back from Brick. And it will be another 30 seconds back to third place Gaz Carlos and Chris Rowe. The Nova pair making good progress this morning, climbing from 7th to 3rd. And in 4th place, it will be a welcome change to see Matt Jackson and Claire Williams make it this far. No problems so far. Everything working well. Hopefully the start of a good season for the pair and a bit of a change of look. And it will be a new car and a new class for Neil Andrew and Dom Adams, stepping up from Rally First and leading the way in the 1400 C class at this stage of the rally. Taking a look at Rally First, it will be the lead for Dominic Hodge and Stefan Arndt, the micro pair with a 9-second advantage in that position. That advantage over the polo of Matthew Thompson and Charlotte Wainwright. Back out again for another go at the Rally First category this season. And in 3rd place, it will be Richard Wells and Calvin Holdsworth, second of the 1.6 runners behind the polo of Thompson at this stage. And for Roger Lovett and Ocean Owen, it will be the lead of the Rally First 1 litre class. The morning wasn't without its problems, but the pair were leading the class by a good amount by this stage. So with the morning stages complete here at the season opener, here's a reminder of the results and leaderboard so far. Charlie Payne signals his intent from the start in that Gold Star battle. John Rowlands making sure it's a local name at the top of the 2-wheel drive battle. Meanwhile, Dave Brick and Dominic Hodge lead the way in the 1400 and Rally First battles respectively.
Charlie Payne started this rally saying he was going to take it steady, see how things went, then he fired it off into the distance. Very Charlie Payne. He leads with 3 stages down, only a third of the way into this opening round of the 2016 Ravenel BTRDA Rally Championship, with more action next on Special Stage. With service done, we're back at stage 4 for more action from the Cambrian Rally. Don't forget, by the way, while the show's on, why not get involved on our social media channels, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
On to the second half of the day then, and around 26 miles of stage action, including a blast around the iconic Great Orme. It's tarmac tyres on for that one. The afternoon would see changes in Rally First, including a move to 3rd overall for Roger Lovett and Ocean Owen. But there will be no change in the class as they take the 1 litre class victory. For Sheldon Furby and Carrie Rogers, there will be some places gained in the afternoon stages to move up to 2nd place in that MG. But taking the Rally First victory this weekend, and by a considerable margin, will be Dominic Hodge and Stefan Arndt in that Micra after an event-long lead. No change in the class for Neil Andrew and Dom Adams as the day goes on. They remain in the lead of the 1400 C class, taking victory here at round 1. And it's a mix of surprise and happy in terms of the emotions for Matt Jackson and Claire Williams, as they not only reach the end of the rally, but also with a podium position. If they can continue with this good start to the season, anything is possible if that Micra stays reliable. Jordan and Paul Hone have a good run in the new car, 2nd place at the end of the rally and some good points. Jordan on the lookout for a new co-driver for the season, certainly one to watch for the overall title. But this weekend is the win for Dave Brick and Phil Clark. The pair have a good run to take victory by 50 seconds at the end of the day's 8 stages here in North Wales.
Dave, Phil, 1400 victory at round 1. You finished last year a little frustrated, but that's the way to start, isn't it?
Yeah, no, we've had a cracking day. It's all gone well for us, and yeah, to be at the front was what we wanted, so it could be no better.
And to have Phil, British historic co-driver champion alongside you, that must have been a bit different as well. Has it gone well for you?
Yeah, it's gone really well. Yeah, we've come into some corners at some crazy angles today. It's been absolutely brilliant fun. I think the spectators have enjoyed it, to be honest with you, looking at them, you know, the clapping and cheering that's going on. Been brilliant. He's driven really well all day long, you know. We've had some fun.
And at that Great Orme stage, everyone watching there to see if you'd come back in, because apparently a lot can happen in the space of one stage on your day, Frick.
We didn't enjoy the Great Orme. There's something problem with the steering. I think we must have damaged it on the last forestry stage, and she didn't like that at all. So we just cruised around there, to be honest, to get home.
Well, no doubt she'll enjoy the champagne. Well done.
We will. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
On to the Silver Star, and it will be a second place in the B10 class for James Hutchings and James Hood. Not the victory they'd come for, but a good result still for James' birthday weekend. Plenty of change in the results this afternoon as Bob Vardy and Sarah Keane step up to take the B10 class victory after taking the lead in the final forest stages of the day. Robin Shuttleworth and Ronnie Roughhead round out the top 10, taking the H1 lead after the loss of Barry Jordan this morning. And the loss of David Dobson means that it's a H2 class win for Dave Forrest and Charlie Carter at the end of round 1. A good finish of 9th overall on the leaderboard too. A great finish too for Owen Rowlands and Tom Jordan, taking the N3 class win and first place in the Fiesta Trophy on only his second event, the Cambrian last year being Owen's first. Steve Hopewell and Mike Smith have a much better afternoon to climb a few places up the overall results and end the event with 7th place on the overall leaderboard. For Simon Tuckman and Sean Hughes, it would be just a single place gained, ending the rally with 6th place overall and 3rd in the B11 class. And it's a good result at the end of the day for Ashley Davies and Sam Fordham, reaching the end of the rally with 5th place overall, 2nd in the B12 class. No change for Theo Bengry and Les Forsbrook. They reached the end of the rally with the lead in the H3 class, playing it safe on the first outing of the year and taking 4th place overall. It's a good afternoon in that Forest office for Phil Burton and Mal Capstick. Just one scare out on the stages. They remain though on the pace, ending the day with the final step of the Silver Star podium here at the first round of the championship. The loss of Rowlands in the morning stages meant Gavin Edwards and Karen Tomlinson would pick up 2nd place, and that's where they would remain, taking that runner-up spot back in Llandudno.
2 right, 1 right tighty, 2 left down, right left, stay mid, 2 right, 3 left in, 6 right, 6 left, 80 finish, 6 left, 80 of a finish. Yeah.
But this weekend in Silver Star, it would be the victory for John Rowlands and Glenn Latham. The pair had led from the start and start their season off with maximum points in the Silver Star category.
Well, there's a lesson in how to start a Silver Star campaign. What a great result.
Yeah, it was a great day in the end, so pushing hard all day, to be honest, and then got a great storm at the last, pushing hard as well, but a few niggly things in the midday, but pushing hard all day, to be honest. Yeah, good day in the end, good results.
Glenn, he doesn't like to know what he's doing halfway through in terms of times and positions, but he seems quite happy, so...
Yeah, I try a bit of keep him on his toes. If I let him know, he might back off, so... Yeah, keep him on his toes all day long, and he drive it like he stole it, so he was spot on today.
I'm not sure these Rowlands brothers need pushing on that much, but it wasn't to be for the other car in the team, of course.
No, on stage 3 he pulled in and, so gearbox gone, but I was closing up with him every stage, but so another event sound came on.
Today is your day. Well done, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
In the Gold Star, it would be a disappointing end for Russ Thompson and Andy Murphy. They suffer mechanical issues, retiring from the NR4 lead on stage 7. So that means for Roland Llewellyn and Ian Lawrence, it would be the class victory. A good start to the season in that new car, and it would now all be about building the pace. No change for Simon Rogers and Wyn Davies. They jump up and down the places between 9th and 11th, eventually settling at the end of the event, rounding out our top 10, taking 3rd in the B13 class. And after losing time with a costly spin on the first stage of the day, it would be a good recovery for Carl Simmons and Mark Glenister in the afternoon to finish just inside our top 10 with 9th place overall. Peter Stevenson and Patrick Walsh also make a move the right way up the results in the afternoon stages. After lying in 14th at service, they reached the finish with 8th place overall in the Focus. For Wayne Sisson and Peter Foy, it would unfortunately be a place lost in the afternoon stages as they dropped down to 7th, but the times were good and they do take 2nd in the B13 class too. Stephen Simpson and Andrew Roughhead have a great debut in the new Spec Fiesta, proving to be more of a challenger for the top of the results already this season as they end the rally with 6th place overall.
4 left, in over crest, OK, 40, 5 right, opens, ditches, 5 right, 40, 6 left, in, 40, 3 left, tightens off long.
We'd see a bit of a recovery for Stephen Petch and Michael Wilkinson, meaning that they can put the problems of this morning behind them and end the rally with 5th place on the leaderboard. Not their ideal start to the season, we're sure, but a finish and some points towards that championship campaign nonetheless. Rhys Yates and Tom Woodburn just miss out on the podium in the second half of the day. The R5 pair clearly on the pace of the front runners and ending the day with 4th place overall, just 6 seconds off the podium. And for Conor McCluskey and Damien Duffin, it will be a great return after 2 years away from these stages in that Mini, the final step on the podium, and giving that new car a good result on its first outing in the BTRDA. The pair looking good already for the championship fight this season. The fight for the win was a close one, but sadly for Charlie Payne and Carl Williamson, it would be 2nd place. The lead swapping hands all afternoon, but it would eventually be 2nd place for the pair. But with a fantastic time on the final stage over the Great Orme, it will be Luke Francis and John Roberts taking victory here at the first round of the championship. A great start to their campaign, but would that continue as the championship moves away from their home event? So the Cambrian proves to be a worthy start to the BTRDA calendar as well as a traditional worthy end. It's a well-deserved victory for local man Francis, with Silver Star honours going to John Rowlands. Dave Brick and Dominic Hodge opening up their 1400 and Rally First campaigns in the best way possible here at round 1.
What a way to start your campaign in 2016.
Yeah, it's been a good day. We've had some good times put in and some good competition off the lads, and it's been really good. So yeah, good start to the season.
Making the most of the home advantage as well there.
Yes, and we've had, well, it's a well stages and everything like that, and we had some guy die this week, David Stokes, and we want to get emotional about it, but we want to dedicate this event to him and see everything about it. So that's it.
A fabulous result to dedicate to David Stokes as well, a hero of many people watching the show and us as well. Well done, guys. That's how to start the season.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Well, Luke Francis finished off last season with a fantastic result on his home event, the Cambrian Rally, and he does the same to kickstart his 2016 Ravenel BTRDA Rally Championship campaign. Great to see some variety and great to see what looks like being a fantastic battle so early on in the season. We'll see you next time for the Malcolm Wilson. Thanks for watching Special Stage.
Two left push on the bump, 80.